Hello everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today, a really quick video on how to adjust your smoke settings properly so they look good and you can get it to run good. So right off the bat, you do not need smoke generation on in AC video. We can start by turning this off. Show smoke and mirrors, that one is up to you. It will affect performance a bit. Now, the biggest thing we need to do here is go into particles effects and enable new smoke and dust. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to explain how this stuff works. Alright? So the first thing is the quantity limit, which is very, very simple. The higher the quantity limit, in theory, the better that the smoke will look and the more detail that it will have. However, if you have too much smoke detail, there becomes a point where it starts to look a little too sharp and a little too detailed. Personally, myself, I will start this off with 100% and see how much smoke is covering my screen while I'm doing burnouts, drifting, all that sort of stuff. As you can see here, we again have that show in mirrors option, so I would go ahead and come back here and make sure that you have this one off because it's not going to matter with the new smoke and dust in the CSP. Now the on-screen size limit is going to affect mainly how much smoke will be on your screen in front of the camera while all of your burnouts and drifting and everything is going on. So if you have an on-screen size limit really high and a quantity limit really high, you are going to get less performance than if you turn both of these sliders down. At the same time, there's going to be a fine balance between the two that you will personally like, where you think the smoke is projecting from the tires and filling your screen and looking the best. Now, if you find that your smoke of your tires is taking too long to initiate and you would rather have your tires start to smoke right away rather than waiting a second or two for them to progressively get more hot over time, all you need to do is increase the extra heating slider and your smoke will come out of your tires faster and more consistently. The hotter and more extra heating, the more smoke, the faster the smoke comes out, the faster it gets to its quantity limit, the faster it reaches the on-screen size limit. That's what the extra heating is for, is to reach your values faster and bring more smoke into the game at a faster rate. Now, the one thing I don't know is I don't know if you have extra heating on, if that's just for smoke generation, or if that is going to affect the grip of your tires because your tires are getting hotter. Let's say you're racing on a track in single player and you're having those things take effect with the grip on the tracks. I'm not sure if this is just a visual thing or if this will actually heat the tires up more. So keep that in mind. And then of course, quality and performance wise, on the other scale of things, we have the option to render the smoke in half resolution when possible, simplify the shading, which specifically says it can help with FPS for some low-end GPUs. We have the option to enable or disable shadows and ambient shadows with the smoke, and we also have the ability to turn on or off the long-lasting smoke, which in my own opinion, I do like to have the long-lasting smoke turned off. The reason for that is because it stays around for a really long time. Now, I know that in real life, if you're really going for the best graphics on the game and you're really trying to make it as realistic as possible, you do want smoke to linger around, and you do want it to slowly fade away, and you do want it to take its time. However, at the same time, in a video game, you're losing lots of visibility, your render latency is going down, you're rendering in smoke all of the time when it's long lasting, and it just becomes a little too much for my own personal liking. I don't see a reason to have that much smoke in the game. I like to have that kind of realistic, super windy day smoke where my car lights up the tire smoke, it's all good, it goes away almost immediately, the smoke's gone, and it's not lingering around on your screen. So I turn that option off. Now, real quick, if you just want to get some performance, maybe you want to turn this down to like 30%, maybe your on-screen size limit can be 50%, half the smoke. Don't cover the smoke, don't do show and mirrors, don't cast shadows, don't cast ambient shadows, don't have long-lasting smoke. Simplified shading and render in half resolution and use culling to improve performance. Copy these settings and these will give you better performance with your smoke. I guarantee it. It might not be a huge hit, it might not be the biggest gain in the world, but it will make a difference if you're running smoke, especially on a low-end GPU. Have a good day, everybody. Take care, stay gaming, fix up your smoke settings, and enjoy.